So, the Komodo just dropped dramatically in price. Do you sell it? Do you keep it? What's your plan with yours? As a Komodo owner and a Dragon X owner, I personally love those cameras. They are super versatile and I just love the image off of them. I also own Sony cameras and Blackmagic cameras, but I have to say I love the red image the most. Now with this price drop, everybody thinks, oh, I should probably sell my camera or it's not worth as much. I mean, the value is the value that you give it, right? How much work are you getting off of it? Is it still worth taking it out there and filming with it? And in my opinion, yes, because it's a 6K camera. It's still an amazing camera. It still shoots the R3D codec and also ProRes. The only downside I have with it is that I'm not a super big fan of the MQ, LQ, ELQ. I really like my Dragon X because then I can compress it differently, 12 to 1, 11 to 1, 10 to 1, 5 to 1, whatever I need to do for that shoot. And I feel like I can stretch the file a little bit further. But the camera itself has been amazing. I don't think that, when these price reductions come up, that people should be upset or jumping ship. I think I'm really jealous of those who can get in the industry now. As I've talked with a couple of my colleagues, it's an amazing time to be alive because you can get into this camera system at such a cheap rate. I remember when I bought my Scarlett and I spent $25K on everything just to get it up and running. And then I spent another $5K on the upgrade program to upgrade it technically to 6K, which the sensor was already in there. Am I upset about doing that? No, because I've gotten a lot of great work with that camera and I still get great imagery with it. I just shot with that camera 2 weeks ago, as well as the Komodo. I think if you're out there chasing technology all the time, you're not fully going to truly understand what it is that we are meant to capture, which is the content, the story. So however we can do that with whatever camera system we can use, that's going to be the best for us. That's what we should be using. So this price drop is great for everyone that is coming into it now. I think that they're going to be able to take advantage of this and they're going to be able to get an awesome image. And even the original Komodo, it only dropped by $1,000. So it didn't even drop that much. So it's still technically holding its value. It's the Komodo X, which honestly I think is a great upgrade. I didn't personally purchase it because my OG Komodo and my Dragon X, they match really well together. And I'm really jealous of those out there who could buy a Gemini or who could buy a Komodo or who could buy a Dragon X and a Helium. Like they could buy all of these red cameras and they can get them on eBay. I've seen them as low as $4,500. This image is amazing. Like you can do a lot with the image. Sure, it doesn't have a lot of the technologies that's out today, like face detection, and some of the audio ports aren't as great. But if you're looking for pure image, it's amazing. One of my favorite images still to this day is my Zine lenses matched up with my Dragon 6K. It's great. So I know this is just a reactive video and I'm just reacting to what's happening right now in the industry, but I just want to let all those Komodo owners, have some confidence still that your purchase was a good purchase. If you're still getting work for it and you're still driving your story and you're still driving your image and you're learning new things, it was a great purchase. Like, yes, it's upsetting that you could have gotten it $3,000 cheaper, but technology is going to evolve and everything's going to get cheaper. Every single one of my cameras has gone down in price. But does that mean that I get rid of it? Not necessarily. One of the only cameras that I ever sold was my Sony FS5, and that's because I got a Sony FX9, and then I was using the Sony FS7 as its B cam, and then the Sony FX3 came out, and I waited a little while to get that, but I got 2 of those now, and they're great BC cameras to the FX9. But I still have my FS7 because I can still do live stream stuff with it. It's still a 4K camera. You can still get a great image out of it. So I don't think that we should all be jumping ship whenever these new cameras come out. We should be thinking about the content is what we're capturing and how we can best do that. This is also another exciting time because they're getting more reds in more creators' hands. So the content we're going to see is hopefully going to get better and better. And honestly, the people that are in our industry are going to get better and better because they're able to get their hands on this really high-end equipment which is something I never could back in the day. So it's great to see it. I think it's great for the industry, and those who are still Komodo users, hold tight, keep making great content, and you know it's going to pay off in the end. Don't stress about the latest and greatest and new shiny thing. And as always, be kind to each other and put your phone down and be somebody.